How you doing? www.andrewmarkmusic.com. RiffVlog in the wee morning hours. You, and to hell with society and nature. Riffing off Scott Preston's Chrysalis blog post on neoliberalism. If you like, you can search the internet of a diagram of Ken Wilber's four-quadrant model. The upper left is interior of individuals. The lower left is interior of collectives. The upper right is interior of individuals, and the lower right is exterior of collectives. So individual consciousness, collective interiors, shared consciousness, exterior living spaces of the individual, and collective life systems of cultures. I'd like to unpack this from a Christian Gnostic perspective, although admittedly an alternative one at that. Now, it may be that this universe is inherently damned and irredeemable from this cosmology, but here I'm going to offer up a tantric take on Christian Gnosticism. The basic idea of Tantra is to take that which is considered vile and evil and flip it upside down and work with those energies for the end goal of enlightenment. Sex was generally held to be sinful in religious antiquity, but the Tantrists turned this upside down and converted the energies towards enlightenment. And I think the same idea can be implemented on culture. And this is what I think the Sabbati and Frankist Gnostics are getting at and are up to when they say that culture has to be made evil to attain enlightenment. Now, a note here, you can go to my website, www.andrewmarkmusic.com, go to this blog post, You, and to Hell with Society and Nature, and search for the link to the Sabbati and Frankist Gnostics so you can get a grip on what they're up to. Now, this idea, I think, but implemented on the cultural level via the notion of a group of people teaching humanity to learn about perfection. Yes, that would be Judaic ideology in general. That's why the Jews were chosen. There are utilities and purpose to it, and it wasn't about ethnicity per se. So the idea is there. It's embedded within their culture to do this. Now, I'm not saying this is fact, but I'm offering up a hypothetical that tries to make sense of all this madness. Maybe the Plamora, the unknown god of Gnosticism, Sophia and the Christos, the first aeons, will use the demiurge to teach humanity the efficacy of goodness over evil. Because certainly these neoliberals from the Chicago school who were Jewish and perhaps knew of these things, knew they had to make society evil, which would lead to the devastation of nature. And this is what neoliberalism has done. And Mr. Preston's blog post points this out quite eloquently. But the main point for these Jews and for us is to teach us what evil looks like so we can learn from it and overcome it. We can see that neoliberalism ushered in a culture of me-first narcissism, inculcated especially within the entertainment and sports complex. It's a culture of me-first hedonism, where city streets are laden with garbage, where we practice alienation by everyone, exploiting everyone in every imaginable way in a Darwinian food fight of the survival of the fittest over who can have the most money earned by the most egregious means possible. This is a Maffei ethos. Indeed. The Maffei ethos being a power drive of the ego, which will only extend empathy to its own bloodlines, and society and nature be damned. And this is exactly what's happening under this system. Trump encapsulates this ethos, and in my opinion, it's no mere coincidence that his administration is the most Jewish in history. Now, where's all this heading? Yeah, new integral age. There you go, Kenny. Not so fast, but, we'll see. The evacuation via light photon processes interacting with human DNA to lift some of us, via ascension into the next dimension, and this earth be damned? Well, these are the two hypotheses of what's happening here from an alternative spiritual perspective. Of course, the wild card here are three-dimensional players such as the Anunnaki and the Lemurians. What their role and influence in all of these shenanigans is definitely hard to gauge. Oh, I know, one of my stranger posts. www.andrewmarkmusic.com, RiffVlog, on I, you, and to hell with society and nature. Peace. Peace out. Peace the fuck out.